It's that boom back. This that boom back. Yeah. You know what that boom back do? You know what it make me do? Let's go. Strong neighbor. Hood on my back, piggyback, bring my city back. Hard raps on that boom back. Strong neighbor. Cards fall where they made me Broadway every day. My pins a katana. This is how my sport play. Where's the do say? Blunts never roll loosely. Stand on giants, me on top like a two-pack. No games, this ain't 2K. Xbox headshots for the unruly. Got a team full of moolies that trap like movie. Cut your close like a doobie. Disappear like the Gucci over here. My niggas Gucci. When the band of music, choose me. Pleasure get chose, cause yours truly ain't with the foolery. Words like jewelry, they wear them like a human links. Cut your nose to spite your face, you're looking like the Sphinx. Just think, when brave men turn pink, they go extinct. So I'm throwing everything but the kitchen sink. Yeah, work smarter, not harder. Shine like the sun so we go farther. I'm unbothered, don't even bother. I live as a prophet and die as the martyr. Prepare for the fire when you come for the smoke. I got the heart of the wolf, resume of the goat. I'm the goat. When the lights come on, run like the roach. Cause I'm the goat. As a product of my environment, the best. Smash that like button, we up in here. Coffee and Mary Jane. What it be? What it be? It's your boy LB in the building. 52 block stories. That's right. We got some 52 block stories. And on this 52 blocks journey, I done seen a lot of ish. I done seen a lot of ish out here, man. It's cold in these streets. It's cold in these YouTube streets. It's cold on these YouTube streets. It's cold out there. I'm going to let some more people come in the building, and then we're going to jump into the 52 block story, how I survived the Russian hackers, baby. That's right. That's right. I survived the Russian hackers and lived to tell about it. True story. We're going to get right into it, too. We're going to break it down. So I'm going to let a couple of more people get in the building, and then we're going to jump off. We don't need a lot. We just need some of my peoples up in the building. Who with me? Who rocking with your boy Burley? Show me some love out there. Share this video so the notifications get out. Who rocking with your boy Burley? Coffee and Mary Jane. Where we at? We at the 5-minute mark. We'll say about the 6-minute mark. We jumping into this. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, but I got a story to tell. Want to hear it? Here it goes. I got a story to tell. Step right up into the building. 52 block stories. And there's going to be more. This is just the first. There's going to be more 52 block stories. We got a lot to talk about. 52 blocks. A lot of things that happened since I done jumped on this journey and jumped on this path of the 52 block man. The man who reps that 52 block. Smash that like button. Call your friends. Tell your brother. Call your mother. Let them know. Burley dropping the story. This is serious business. Gather around the campfire, my people. Gather around the campfire called LB. Where we at? All right, we there at the 6-minute mark. Let's get into this. King, where'd it be? Where'd it be? Salute. Appreciate you for being here. Appreciate you. Let's jump into this. 52 block stories. How I survived Russian hackers. Now, these Russian hackers,
They went by the name the Red Dragon. The Red Dragon. So you already know from their name, they're about business. And what they would do during the early days of YouTube, what they were known to do was you build your YouTube channel up. You know, your YouTube channel was thriving. You getting hits. People loving your content. You growing. So they'd watch you grow. And then when you get to a certain number, when you really feeling like you caking, they jump into your in your messages and they hit you with that, we see you over there, big buddy. We see you over there, big partner. Yeah, you're growing. So here's how this is gonna go. You're going to send us some money to this bank account, or we're going to strike your channel down and have YouTube take your channel. Yes, they were straight. They were straight deboing people. They were deboing YouTube channels for money. They was deboing them. They were straight on the debo, and it was working. Because people like me who have built up your channel over years, you don't want to see it taken away. Eric, would it be? Salute, appreciate you. But you don't want your YouTube channel taken away, right? So you done put so much work in it, and they talking about send $10,000 to this bank, or we shutting you down. Battle rap, would it be? Would it be, fam? Or they shutting you down, right? So a lot of people was paying that money. So that's who the Red Dragon is. So how did your boy Burley get mixed up with the Red Dragon? Well, I'm going to tell you how. Have a seat. Gather around the campfire. So this Russian guy reaches out to me. I forgot his name, Dr. Ogilvy or something like that. And he was talking about, he wanted to know more about 52. And he seemed real sincere. He seemed real sincere in his wanting to know more information about 52. He had a translator. He had this female that was translating for him. So we did an interview and all that. He interviewed me. He did Frazier Diallo. I think they even did the Constellation. Sensei Mo. There's a couple of different people they reached out to. So in the beginning, it was really looking like they was just trying to do some research about 52 to find out more about the art. And we all about that. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. And we all about that. So no harm, no foul. I do the interview with him. I'm talking with him. Everything seems pretty cool. I'm thinking we vibing, right? So then I get this message, Chief Wildfire, would it be? I get this message on Facebook from some of my supporters. They was like, yo, there's a Russian guy up on here talking about 52 came from a Spanish guy. Like there was a Spanish swordsman. That it wasn't black people that made 52. It was some Spanish guy. And I'm like, word, they said that? It's terrible. Like they reached out like they was really trying to do the homework. Why would they go that route? So I reached out to them. And then there was a thread on Facebook where they were going back and forth. Like it was a heated thread. You know, the melanated warriors up in there, they going crazy. They going crazy like, oh, hell no. You ain't taking 52 from us, Mr. Russian man. You see how Putin is running up on Ukraine? Well, they tried to invade 52 blocks just like they invading Ukraine. I ain't knocking all Russians, but some of them Russians be on that invader time. They be on invading time. So I jump on the thread, and I'm like, nah, how could you say this? And they was like, nah, like we did the homework. Your information is wrong. Black people didn't make 52 blocks. I'm like, whoa. Y'all came in like y'all wanted to know some information, and now y'all talking crazy. Like I'm still trying to keep it diplomatic. Cause I'm still thinking there's a way to salvage this without it getting too crazy. But they kept going hard. Like, nah, like, you don't know what you're talking about. That's when I snapped. So I started cursing everybody out, and I started laying down the gauntlet. Like, y'all come over here, y'all gonna get Russian slap. I'm asleep one of you Russians. You're gonna be, I'm sleeping a Russian. There's gonna be a sleeping Russian if you keep talking like that. So now the conversation we done flew off the deep end. We off the cliff now. The issue's in the air. Everybody talking spicy. It's getting crazy. So everybody going back and forth, you know, I said, you know what, enough of this back and forth. Let's figure it out like this. You find you a champion, I'll meet him and pummel him, and then we'll see who's the creator of 52. You know what I'm saying? The winner of the fight decides what's what. Let's take it back to old school days, back when we ain't got to figure out the truth or a lie. Let's fight. And the person that dies is the liar, and the person that lives is telling the truth. Let's take it. We got to go back medieval. We got to get medieval on them. So I'm with that medieval time. Get you a warrior. Yeah, definitely like a John Wick movie. Get your warrior. So they get a warrior. So I FaceTime this dude. Fat, marshmallow looking dude. I'm like, you the warrior? Oh, I'm a flame you. Oh, you, I don't care about all of this Buddha belly nonsense. Forget that Buddha belly. If I see you out of shape wanting to go against me, oh, I'm going to eat your food. Because physical fitness is a part of this fight game, people. So if I see a big belly, I already know that's my target. I'm gonna hit you in the belly and steal 3 croissants and a biscuit right out your bread basket and bury you alive while you yeah, you're gonna do one of those. I'm gonna hit you with that good body shot and give you one of those when when you can't talk. Everybody that been hit with a real body shot know what that's about. So I'm like, oh, fat boy, I'm gonna flame you. So we face to face. I'm telling them, I'm gonna run through you, kid. If you the best they got, this is gonna be an easy war. So he talking spicy too, like, yeah, I'm buying my hand wraps. We gonna meet in Cali, and we can fight in the park. I'm like, fight in the park? Nah, I ain't trying to go to jail for dusting you off, because I may make you sleep. Your head may hit the concrete, and now I'm fighting attempted murder. So yeah, I ain't even want none of that. I said, let's go in the ring. We're gonna go in the ring. We're gonna do some rounds. There's gonna be a bell keeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna flame you. I'm about to take you to deep waters and drown your fat ass. So he said, yo, he down with it. Okay, we getting ready. So it was like a week before the fight is supposed to happen, right? So I'm staying in contact with him. Like, yo, I'm about to buy my ticket. Don't get on ain't no copping out. I'm gonna see you at the gym. I'm gonna make you sleep. So we going back and forth. We all talking spicy. 2 days before I'm about to buy my ticket to go to Cali to make this Russian sleep, I notice on Facebook, I get a notification saying I took somebody's picture, and that's a strike. Like, they was giving me a strike because they said I stole somebody's picture. And I'm like, stole? What are they talking about? So I look at the picture, it's my pictures. It's the pictures I put up. So I'm confused. So I get another strike. Then Facebook sends me a notification that you ain't listening, so we deaded your channel. They deaded my Facebook. And anybody that knows me know my new face, Charlie Burley. It wasn't Charlie Burley, it was Light Burley. That's why I had to switch to Charlie Burley on my Facebook, because they took my Facebook account. Next thing I know, it starts happening on my Instagram. You stole somebody's picture. You're using somebody's picture. If you keep doing this, we're going to take your channel. I get another strike. They take my Instagram. So now I done lost my Facebook and my Instagram, and I am totally confused as to what's happening. I ain't never been in this situation. I'm trying to contact Facebook, and I can tell you, for all of the stuff that we do for Facebook and Instagram, when you need their help, you can't call them. Ain't no Facebook phone number. Ain't no Instagram phone. Matter of fact, they don't even want to talk to you. You talking to an email through automated messages. You ain't even talking to a person. It's terrible. So I can't do nothing. I'm trying to send these messages, try to figure out what's going on. I'm getting no responses. Boom, I lost. So there it is. I lost my Facebook. I lost my Instagram. Now they're systematically trying to erase me off the internet. Big business here, people. They came at your Uncle Burley. They wanted me gone. See, the hate is real. I done faced some real haters in this game. Not one of them. Definitely got some 52 blocks. To show. So I got real haters on deck. Now, all of a sudden, I get a strike on YouTube. See, now I done lost my Instagram. I done lost my Facebook. But I ain't finna lose my YouTube, because I done put like 15 years into building up my YouTube. And there's more money involved with YouTube than Facebook and Instagram. Like, I was upset that I lost my Facebook and Instagram, but I wasn't finna lose all of the work did I put into my YouTube channel. But what saved me was Google had just bought YouTube. So even though YouTube didn't have a phone number, Google has a phone number. So I get on, I call Google up. I'm stressed. And here's the lifesaver, here's the hero of this MFing story. A lady from Google named Jenny. Look, you ain't understand the clapping right now, but as the story goes on, you're going to understand that Jenny is boss. Because I'm telling Jenny the story. She's listening. Now, it's probably like a story she's never heard. This is Google. She was like, what are you talking about? They erasing you. They trying to take your YouTube. So she listens to the story, and my passion in my voice, Jenny said, I don't know what's going on, but they are not taking your YouTube channel, Mr. Clark. So she goes, bless Jenny, fact. So YouTube had an office in Google's building. So she said, I'm going down to YouTube, and I'm going to freeze your account. Because it only takes 3 strikes to get your account removed from YouTube. I already had 3. By the time she froze my account, these Russian bastards gave me like 13 strikes. Now, how were they doing this? Peep the illness of their game. What they did was, Chief Wildfire, what they did was they started another website, right? And on this website, they took my videos of me. This is the ill part of this whole, why these Red Dragon dudes, they on another level. They took my videos, put it on a different website, changed the names around, like me and Bob is working on Tai Chi when it was really me and my student. Then what they did is send a message to YouTube, a copyright strike, that I'm stealing my own material. And YouTube, being the giant behemoth that it is, they're not looking at the little stuff. They get a copyright thing, they send it straight to you, a copyright strike. And you have to send a message to YouTube saying why you think the copyright was wrong. And they got to give you time to where they go back at the dude giving the copyright strike. And what he has to do is take you to court. And once he takes you to court, YouTube is hands out. They let it play out in court. So he gave me, he given me the strikes by setting up another website with my videos on it, saying that I'm stealing my own videos. And YouTube is just striking me. Strike. So finally I learned how to, answer back to some of them strikes, which puts the ball in their court. It puts the ball in their court to either go back to YouTube and say, yeah, well, we're taking him to court. And while they're taking you to court, they dead your videos and they wait for it to play out. Yeah, they need to check timestamps, but YouTube ain't doing none of that. They don't care. YouTube doesn't care. They're a $1 billion industry. You are a peon. Like, my little channel is a peon. What's dude's info? I'm going to put up some pictures of these dudes. I think it's Dr. Ogilvy. Dr. Ogilvy was his name or something like that. So, I got 13 strikes, right? My channel is frozen. I can't upload. I can't do none of that. Jenny's fighting with YouTube, trying to tell YouTube what's going on. YouTube ain't paying attention. They don't care. So as I got better at answering the strikes, the Russians they took it up another level. Think the Professor Wrench Gang. He just put the name in the chat. That's the Red Dragon right there. That's him right there. That's right. Find his name. And if you find him anywhere on the internet, please hit him with some hackerism. Hit him with that hackerism for your Uncle Burley, because they tried to take me out, but I survived it. So Jenny's going back and forth. They got my channel frozen. I'm kind of stressed. I don't really know how I'm going to pull this off, right? So the Russians took it up a notch. They made fake court papers to present to YouTube like they was taking me to court. Once YouTube seen that, they said, oh, we out. You on your own, buddy. You going down. We about to dead your channel. Because we got the court papers. I'm like, court papers? Like, and now I'm really confused. Like, how are they going to take me to court for my own videos? Like, this is the Twilight Zone. It felt like I was in Bizarro land. I'm like, how is this possible? So YouTube sends you the papers. So I look at the papers. It got a docket number. So, and they were using the they was using the South Bronx. So I called up there. I talked to the lady. I was like, well, I want to call about a case, and she was like, what's the docket number? So I give her the docket number, and then she hits me back. She hits me back like, that's not. We don't have a docket number. That's not even how our docket numbers come. And I was like, what do you mean? So this ain't real? She was like, no, there's no such case. These dirty dogs went into making fake court papers to take my channel. They were invested in seeing your Uncle Burley off the internet. They was invested. So now I'm like, oh Lord. So how am I going to prove to YouTube? So I hit YouTube back like, yo, I just spoke with the court people. They saying this ain't fake papers. YouTube is still like, we hands off. We don't know what you're talking about. That you deal with that. Yeah, this is really they hustle. Facts. This is really they hustle. So they're like, you deal with that. So I'm looking at the paperwork, right? And I'm looking at it, and there's a part in the paperwork where you're supposed to describe who you are and what you're about. Bust the crazy shit. This is where it gets crazy. So I read this part, and this is what they wrote. I am just a black man who likes taking male genitalia in my butt. I like doing 52 blocks. I'm a gay black man that does 52 blocks, and I run around and act like I'm a thug, but I like men's genitals in my butt. That's what they wrote in the paperwork, people. They wrote that in the paperwork. So what I did was I screenshot that spot and I sent it to YouTube, and I said, you would think with you being a $1 billion company, you could spot some false court papers. Or did y'all even look at these court papers? And when I did that and I sent it back to Jenny, within an hour, they sent me a message saying, we are so sorry. They removed all the strikes from my channel and my page was saved. Thanks in the hard work done by Jenny from Google. You know, we got Jenny from the block, but Jenny from the block ain't got ish on Jenny from Google. Jenny from Google is real. Put in that work for your boy. So after that, I hit Jenny back like, yo, can I take you out to dinner? Can I send you some flowers? Like, I'm just talking ish, like, you know, because I'm just happy. Like, she's like, no, nah, it's all good. Mr. Clark, this is what we do. I'm glad your channel got back. So, but let me even get deeper. So, on how deep Jenny was. Now, let's fast forward up to about a year and a half ago when I started doing reaction videos, right? One of my reaction videos I did was a dude in the stall, and there was a young kid looking under the stall, and the dude was like, yo, man, you know, where your parents at? It was something funny. My haters went back to YouTube and said I put up something sexual. Guess what YouTube did? They snatched my channel. YouTube snatched my channel, didn't ask me no questions. I tried to get my channel back. YouTube is saying, we don't play with sexual acts. And I seen the person who did it because he was on I'm Mr. 52's page talking about, yeah, Light Burley's channel is gone. So here I am again in another mix-up. But it gets deeper. Because now I'm sending stuff to YouTube. YouTube is not trying to talk to me. They're not trying to hear me. They send it back automated messages talking about they looked at the video. They never looked at the video, because if they looked at the video, they would have seen there was nothing sexual about that video. But they took it. So I'm talking to my homie about it because I'm stressed. I'm like, yo, this is it. My channel is gone. And my friend was like, well, what about that girl, Jenny? Remember Jenny that helped you with the Russians? Why don't you reach out to her? And I'm like, this is like a year and a half later, 2 years later. Like, she probably don't even work for Google no more. My homie's like, what you got to lose, son? Your channel is gone. You might as well throw up the Hail Mary. I'm like, he right. What I got to lose? So I go back into my messages. I find the messages with Jenny. I send Jenny an inbox like, yo, Jenny, here's what's going on. They try to say this and that. They won't look at the video to find out that it's nothing sexual, and they didn't took my channel. An hour later, people, my channel was back. Boom! Jenny from Google. You can't stop me, haters. I hope one of the haters that tried to take my page is looking at this video, because I just want to say, I can't be stopped. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. And you know why? Not because I'm tough, because I got Jenny from Google. Jenny from Google just stomping on you haters. Just stomping on haters. Stomping on these haters. So that's why I had to tell this story. Jenny from Google gets her flowers right now. I know she ain't watching this video, but I wish she was, so I can once again tell her how in debt I am to her work and who she is and what she did for me. Because if it wasn't for Jenny from Google, my YouTube channel would be gone. The Red Dragon would have flamed me. They would have took me down. I would have had to fly to Russia and beat them Russians up. I would have to go to Russia and just start slapping Russians, slapping vodka glasses right out their hand. I don't even care which Russian it is. I'm going to slap the vodka out your hand and slap you. I would have had to do that. I'd have been so mad that I just been over there slapping Russians and slapping vodka glasses out their hand, just crazy with it. They had to kill me in Russia. So let's thank Jenny from Google that I ain't have to go to the next level. Because I was ready to go there. Because my back was against, they had my back against the wall. They put my back against the wall. I was a trapped rat. I was about to come out fighting. But Jenny from Google really helped me. So if you ever have any problems with your YouTube channel, you're hearing it right here, right now from Mr. Burley. Call Google. You can't talk to YouTube. They don't want to talk to you. You must call Google. Now, when it comes to Facebook and Instagram, you asked out. You asked out because I lost my things. Slaps, would it be? Would it be? Slaps, salute to the fan. Because I lost my Instagram and Facebook, and I was never, ever able to get those back. Those are gone. And I had good, my Instagram was popping. I had Luda on my Instagram. I lost all of that because of these Russians that wanted to come and take 52. So yeah, there has been times where people have came and will come to try to take 52. I've never turned a blind eye to this, that me bringing 52 to the public was going to open up the door for thieves to step in and try to claim Art 52. But what we have to do as 52 practitioners and the community where 52 Block comes from is practice our stuff. Get out there, represent 52. So there's no way they can take it if we a million strong all representing 52. There's no way it can be taken from us when it's done like that. So once again, if you ever have any problems with YouTube, you must call Google. They didn't want me to bring it to light because they, a lot of my brothers, a lot of my melanated brothers felt like bringing 52 Blocks to the forefront was going to make it to where people can steal it from us. Now, as melanated men and as a melanated community, no, I made no money off of Instagram and Facebook. That's why I really didn't care about losing them. I do get money off of YouTube, so YouTube was really my heart. And then not even the money. I don't like I make buku dollars off of YouTube. It's just I put 14 years, like almost 20 years of my life into building my YouTube channel. So I wasn't going to let that go without a Fizzite and Quinn Emerson. Would it be? So I wasn't going to let that go without a fight. But listen, there's more 52 Block stories. Like, since I started this 52 Blocks journey, I have seen a lot of smack, and there's going to be more episodes of 52 Block stories, me going to different countries, how it was out there. So we got more of those 52 Block stories, but this to me was a story that had to be told because I know there are probably YouTubers that have dealt with the Red Dragon, didn't know what to do, may have had their channels taken, or you may be dealing with hackers that ain't the Red Dragon that just want to take your YouTube channel. So I want to let you know there is a way around it. You must contact Google. Don't try to do that email game with YouTube because they sending you automated messages. Rarely are you talking to a real person. Call Google, because Google has a phone number. YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook ain't got no phone numbers, which is terrible. Like, with all of the money they getting, you think they would have a phone line for this BS, but they don't care. They just want your content and they want you to help blow up their site. YouTube is pretty much the same thing. So Eric, thank you. Yeah, oh yeah, it was very great ending. An ending that I really needed. So as I said, if you got any beef with YouTube, holler at Google. Call the Goon Squad from Google because YouTube has an office in the Google building. So them going to YouTube is nothing but them getting on the elevator, going downstairs to the office or upstairs, wherever the office is at. It's in their building. So Google can touch YouTube. But Instagram and Facebook don't have that type of thing. But YouTube, you can't protect your YouTube. So if you're having these problems or anything like these problems, I instruct you to call Google and get that taken care of. That's right. It's best to go to the source. And I'm so glad I thought of that. I'm so glad that I had remembered at that time that YouTube had just been purchased by Google. So Google is the plug. Google is the plug. YouTube is the worker. You don't talk to the worker. You talk to the boss. I don't want to talk to your workers. Move out the way. Somebody get me the boss. That's what you say. And you go talk straight to Google because Google is the boss. And they can really help you out. But like I said, we have more YouTube stories 52 block stories on the way. It's going to get deeper. Me trying to find weed in other countries. Listen, it was like trying to find Waldo. I got some stories of me finding weed in different countries because I don't know if you know Mr. Burley, but anywhere I go, there got to be some weed. I don't care where you invite me. You can invite me to Ethiopia. You better have some Ethiopian weed when I get there. You better have that weed for your boy Burley, or I'm going to have to turn around, catch a flight, and go back home. Oh, yeah. Let's take some questions before I sign off. I'll definitely take some questions. Any questions you got, just go on and shoot. You got any type of questions, anything about 52, anything happen in the world of 52, anything you want to see happen, anything you was confused about it, go on and shoot. You got my attention. Does 52 Blocks have a teaching about kicks during movement? No. 52 Blocks. Oh man, then give me the Colorado, baby. Get me out there so I can get some of that. 52 Blocks is an all defensive system, so it has no offense. So what does that mean? If you had a shield, right? Would a shield teach you how to swing a sword? No, it wouldn't, right? You would have to pair your sword with your shield. So 52 Blocks is like the same thing. 52 Blocks is the art of the shield, the art of blocking, the art of defense. So there is no offense to 52 Blocks. That it can say that that's a 52 block signature kick, that's a 52 block punch, that's a 52 block karate, no chop, whatever. 52 Blocks has no moves of that nature that you could say, oh, that's a 52 block punch. It's all defense. So no, 52 Blocks teaches no kicking and movement. What you would have to do is learn kicking from a reputable teacher in a reputable art. Some of the best arts of kicking I know is Muay Thai. I love Muay Thai. But there's others. Muay Thai isn't the only kicking art. I think it's one of the best though. But yeah, I would say learn your 52, then pair it with Muay Thai kicks, and then you would have your 52 with kicks. What y'all got? Come on. Who got some more questions? Let's heat it up. I got time today. I got time. I still got some left. Long as I got some stick left, I got some time. So, any questions? Holla at your boy. If not, I can just ramble on. Yeah, it's all the defensive art, not just blocking, defense. So what's defense? Ducking, slipping, range, hand feints, blocks. Which country got the best weed? I don't know. Like Canada, I can say this. Canada got some good weed. Yo, Canada got good weed. Good weed. Okay, I'm getting to, is 52 Blocks similar to Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do? No. Jeet Kune Do was pretty much, well, you know what Jeet Kune Do is. It's just, it was Bruce Lee's expression. It was his mix. See, anybody can make a master mix. I can take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, Russian Sambo. That's my Jeet Kune Do. That's what Bruce Lee meant by it. He said, these are the arts that I have merged together, that I use. And he also said Jeet Kune Do is not a style. It's his expression. And guess what they did? They turned Jeet Kune Do into a style. So they didn't even listen to what Bruce Lee was saying. They totally threw his words out and said, we're going to do what we want, Bruce. Forget what you talking about. We making it a style. So no, 52 blocks is nothing like a Jeet Kune Do. How did 52 blocks come about, King? All right, that's a good question. My man slaps. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, hit your boy Burley with some real questions so I can get to talking like I like to talk. You get me in my, once you put me in my character, I'm ready for the BS. So how did 52 blocks come about? Very good question. Now, all martial arts came from a struggle. Every martial art you know had a struggle existence. So what do I mean by that? Capoeira. They hid the capoeira in the dance from the slave masters so they wouldn't know that they was practicing fighting. China created Kung Fu. China created Kung Fu because they got tired of the Manchurians. And they came, well, I ain't gonna say they created Kung Fu, because the man that started Kung Fu, he did it for the monks and all that. But China started coming out with they Kung Fu, different Kung Fu martial arts, because they wanted to protect their boundaries. They kept being taken over by the Manchurians. The Mongols kept running up in China and taking stuff. So China wanted to fight back. So they had to start fighting like cranes and fighting whatever they could do. They were just saying, we got to fight for our stuff. So it was whatever we can come up with. Wing Chun is another art that they talk about that had the roots of that type of rebellion roots. So they came up with these arts to fight back against the Manchurian and the Mongols. So how did 52 blocks come about? Because as black people, we have been on the defensive a lot. And because of that, we have a high level of defensive ability. What does that mean? Shaka Zulu, one of the first credited military generals, he used a lot of defensive strategies to fight the British army, fight a bigger army. Defense is sewn into black culture. So if you look at Allen Iverson with the crossover, you look at how any black man gets his basketball game on. A lot of feints, a lot of defensive maneuvers. As black people, that's what we're good at. That is our thing. It's in our culture. It's not just fighting. It's everything we do. We have that ability. Even football. We king of the juke move. Like, you ain't getting nothing. We king of that. So it's not just fighting that we have this defensive ability. So now getting back to 52. What is the first sport black men were allowed to engage in? Boxing. The art of manly art of self-defense. This is the first sport black people were allowed in America, allowed to participate in. And before we participated in it, do you know boxing was soon to be outlawed? And do you know why it was going to be outlawed? Because it was a brutal art. Two men stood in front of each other and kicked the living snot out of each other. They just banged on each other's faces until one couldn't take it no more. The police, nobody wanted that type of boxing. That's right. He invented the short spear, and he invented the military strategy called the horns of the bull. Yeah, we're gonna get to Jack Johnson. I'm getting there, buddy. You getting? I'm wrapping it up. Shaka Zulu created something called the horns of the bull, which was he sent his fastest warriors around, and then he sent his most experienced fighters moving towards you like this, while his fastest fighters ran around you. So eventually you would be circled and cut off. Shaka Zulu did it. It's called the horns of the bull. It's a very famous general military strategic move. Okay, so like as I said, boxing was on its way to being outlawed, right? And then they let black people start fighting in it. And guess what black people born in? Because guess what? Black people ain't with just fighting and you beating on us. We don't do that type of fighting. That macho stuff. You hit me, I shot. Whoa. We not with that Cro-Magnon style of fighting. We are not brawlers. Let me tell you, look at Mayweather. I can give you more examples than you need, even down to MMA fighters. Black fighters are rarely ever brawlers. We are not with that you bang on me, I bang on you, you bang on me, and we figure out who's the tougher man here. We ain't with that silliness. Nah. We with that I'm still pretty. What the Ali used to say, I'm still pretty. What Ali was saying was, I just fought the fight and took no damage and gave out mad damage. That is the black style of fighting. That is the black mentality in fighting. We want to put out the most damage with taking in the least amount of damage. So much that we like to fight a fight and almost look like we ain't never been in a fight. That's how black people like to do it. We like to fight fights and look like we ain't never been in a fight. So in comes Jack Johnson, one of the greatest defensive fighters ever. Jack Johnson. Yeah, the Irish are different. See, the Irish are born brawlers. And we ain't knocking, and don't get it twisted. I'm not knocking any style of fighting. It's just different nationalities of men. Spanish men believe in machismo. Fight me right here. Don't run. See, Spanish fighters is macho man. Don't run while you running. Stay right here. That's how Spanish boxers' mindset is. They look at the black style of fighting as what? Running. What did you hear about Mayweather? Oh, he always runs around too much. He just runs away. Silliness. But that's what other fighters may critique about black style of fighting. And we can critique their brawling style. But yes, the Irish don't mind taking the punch in the face. But anyway, injects Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson used to fight on the Chitlin circuit, people. 10 black men in the ring blindfolded. Boxing. Do you know what the Chitlin circuit is? 10 black men in the ring blindfolded for the sake of the slave master's entertainment. Jack Johnson fought in the Chitlin circuit and was a constant winner. So when they let him into boxing, he beating everybody up. And one reporter that has seen Jack Johnson fight said, look at young Jack Johnson catching all of the punches on his forearms and elbows, using his blocks to set up counter strikes. Something boxing had never seen before. So, as black men, we brought defense into boxing. Press 1. Black men brought defense into boxing. Press 1. And after we came into boxing, guess what boxing was called? The sweet science. The sweet science. Press 1. Know your history. Melanated warriors. The sweet science. And this is not to take nothing away from white men that were in boxing, because it was Bobby Fitzsimmons who helped create the punch that went on to become the left hook. So what I'm saying is, boxing is so deep because every race of man has thrown something into the pot. Black man threw some defense in. White man threw some offense in. Spanish man threw some machismo in. See, boxing is bigger than most all martial arts. You know why? Because all other martial arts are centered to certain regions. Wing Chun, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Boxing is for the world. Boxing has given almost every race of man a champion. Every race of man has been a champion in boxing. We done had Dominican champions, Puerto Rican champions, black champions, white champions. There you go. Hold on, let me see. How do I? I gotta figure out how to wrench you up. So boxing has given champions to every race of man. Boxing is the melting pot. Boxing is the melting pot of men. So that's why you can see white fighters fighting like black fighters. You can see black fighters fighting like white fighters. You can see white fighters fighting like Spanish fighters, because we all borrow from each other now. It made our game bigger. It made the art of boxing bigger. That's why the art of boxing is bigger than any art you know of, because it's the only art that is the melting pot. The melting pot, meaning every race of man had a hand in helping to build boxing. And from that, now we get into 52. Let me wrap it up. So it was black boxers that brought in the art of 52. And it started from there. Because in the projects where I came from, you had to fight a fight and taking no damage. That's why we all on our 52. Because we don't want to get hit. Black fighters don't like getting hit. We don't have, ain't too many black fighters you know with strong chins. He said, shit, this might be a better story than your first one. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I stuck around and the stories get better. Facts. So, from there is the struggle that created the art of 52 blocks. That struggle of black boxers coming into boxing is where 52 blocks was born, in the art of boxing. So I know that was a long way to answer your question. That was a long story to answer one question, right? Who else got a question? So that answer was long-winded, Uncle Burley. You got long-winded on that one. You was running your mouth on that one, Uncle Burley. I get hyped when I start talking about the facts. The facts. I get hyped, people. I get hyped. But that's where 52 blocks came from. Black men that had entered boxing. Samuel Jack 3D, Russian hackers. Yeah, that was the first story where I was talking about how Russian hackers tried to erase me from the internet. Of course they didn't pull it off. Did you have a teacher? Can you talk about your young and training days? Well, my young and training days with 52 back in my heyday, who are the masters? There are quite a few 52 block practitioners that got a name. But when I was coming up in my younger days with 52, a lot of my cousins did 52 blocks, and stay tuned because I'm going to be interviewing them so y'all can know the facts and know that I've always been on this fight stuff. My cousins are going to come co-signing that I was always on my 52. I loved 52. I was always into fighting. But my cousins showed me a lot of the 52 that I seen and known, and a lot of other, a few other brothers. But the thing with 52 back then, nobody could really teach it. Like, you had to imitate, which, like, I was walking around with this move. That's the only move I had when I first started. That's all I knew. And I would do the hell out of that. I got nice with it. I didn't know what I was doing, but I got extremely nice with it. So in my heyday, a lot of the brothers weren't good teachers of 52 blocks. And I think that's what makes me different from any other. That's right. I'm blowing my own horn. I'm tooting my own horn. I'm blowing my own horn. What makes me a different teacher is I'm probably the one of the very, 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 very few people that can actually break 52 down and teach it in a manner that you can learn it through muscle memory. But a lot of brothers from my day, they didn't really teach. You kind of just had to, like, imitate them, steal their moves, and try it out with your friends during slap boxing. So my teachers of 52 that I would say is Mr. G, my cousins, of course, because they put a lot. And I can, even though I beef with I'm Mr. 52, he showed me some things too. Me and him used to spar a lot, and I picked up some things from him too. So those are the people that I dealt with learning 52. when coming up. But most 52 guys weren't good teachers, including Mr. 52. Like, he didn't really fix my punching. I was punching, throwing haymakers, and, my footwork was all off. It took Wilson Pitts to come along and make everything right. And I'll give you that story about how Wilson Pitts turned me into Light Burley. That's going to be another 52 block story. Is surviving Wilson Pitts, the crazy white man from Virginia, surviving Wilson Pitts. No, bro, you good sitting here listening and smoking, enjoying my elders spitting. It's not often the elders I bump into speak on things they know. I like this. Thank you. I'm going to keep it going. Yeah, back in my heyday, there wasn't too many good 52 block teachers. But now there are. Because of Mr. Burley. Because one of the Wrench Gang, Dink the Professor, he's a good 52. He's a certified teacher of 52 blocks. My student now, Denmark Burley, he's a teacher. Problem Burley. Bully Burley. ATL Burley. I got more Burleys, but I'm just trying to think of the ones that's teaching. Spider Burley is teaching. What I've done to me is I've created the most competent teachers of any no 52 block man has created more competent teachers than Mr. Light Burley. That's right. So I'm blowing my own horn. No other ever in history has no other 52 blocks teacher created so many good teachers. Chief Wildfire said, I'm up next. That's right. He said he got next. I got next. That's how we got to do this. Who got next? Who going to become the next 52 block instructor? So through my online course, learn-martialarts.com, you can certify yourself. Through my other course, advanced.lightburley.com, you can certify through there too. Any teachers in North Jersey? Yes, I have a student called Tai Chi Burley. He teaches he has a school in New Jersey where he's teaching 52 blocks. If Dink the Professor is still awake, because I know it's late where he's at right now, so he may have fell asleep. If he's up, he can probably put in the chat the address to where the school is in New Jersey. If you still got it, Mr. Dink the Professor, throw the address up there for them. See, Dink Professor is on his job. That's why Dink Professor is. Let me tell you who Dink Professor is. Let me just spiral off and let you know who Dink the Professor is. This is my right-hand man. This is my right side of my brain. Dink the Professor. So I did a video about should white people learn 52 blocks. And if you know, Dink the Professor is white. But what I want to talk about is this man has held me down from this, almost like the start of my journey. He flew over here to New York, took lessons with me, came to meet me. Not only me, the bartenders. He went uptown to the hood, people. I wanted to tell him, like, you're going to the hood, right? But I could see the look in his eyes. He ain't even care. He got the heart of a warrior. So what I'm saying is you can't judge a man by his skin color. You got to judge a man by the character of his heart. You have to, because it's the only accurate reading you're going to get. I can't look at a man and say, oh yeah, he's a black man, so he's going to look out for me. No, he won't. Just because he's part of the melanated community don't mean he owe me anything. Now, it would be nice to say we all play like that, but that's just fantasy world. Like, just because another man is black don't mean he owe me anything. So I don't judge men by skin colors. Yes, I do represent melanated warriors. That's a fact. That's just who I am. I can't step outside of that. But what I do is I judge men by the character of their heart and the character of their actions and what they're doing. And Dink is my brother. He's family. He's family. I was there when he got married. Straight like that. Straight like that. So I'm going to put all that to rest about white people, black people. Listen, if you got the heart of a warrior, and your intentions are right, you can learn 52 blocks. And like Burley said it. And don't let nobody tell you different, that just because you ain't part of the melanated community, you can't learn 52 blocks. That is a lie. If the character of your heart is right and you willing to put in the work, you can definitely learn 52 blocks. But yes, I represent the melanated community and melanated fighting excellence and what black men have done in fighting. That's just where I stand. But from there doesn't mean I can't join arms with other warriors of other nationality, because it would be crazy not to. So I just had to go off on the spiel on who Dink the Professor is. That is my brother, that is my family, and he is a 52 block instructor that if you really want to learn 52 blocks, go to Dink the Professor. You're in good hands. The man knows what he's doing. And he has my full backing and full signature. My full co-sign is all over that. Ooh, son, greetings from London. Salute, London, stand up. So who got more questions for me? Come on, I got a piece of my stick left. Who got more questions? The lion of head, still sharp and still, all day, every day. All day, every day. So who got some questions for me? Shoot. We got some time. I got time today. Who got some questions about 52 blocks? Where they at? But yeah, we definitely have a section out there in Jersey. So reach out to Tai Chi Burley. He is teaching the art of 52 blocks in New Jersey. He has his own school. So you can go to the school and get that 52 block hit. And to tell him like Burley sent you. Teachers on breathing. I think that goes with Clara Rodriguez. Wow, I was about to butcher your name. Any seminars coming back to Michigan? Fact, yes, I'm definitely coming back to Michigan. Summertime, I'm trying to do a couple of states tour. I'm trying to get me a little bus and move around, a little tour bus, and hit some different states. So definitely, as the weather breaks and this COVID thing comes to a wrap, I'm gonna be back on my seminar time. Breathing techniques, like I'm not going to say 52 teaches you breathing techniques, but you have to learn. I'm gonna break that down. You have to learn breathing for all arts, and just generally in life. So how do you correct your breathing? I'm gonna help you right here. So everybody that's watching this chat, I want you to take in a deep breath. Just taking a deep breath. Hold it. Let it out. Now for everybody who took in a deep breath and did this and sucked in, you're breathing wrong. When you breathe in, your stomach should poke out. Like it's like filling up a balloon. When you breathe into a balloon, you don't suck. It doesn't turn in like you're sucking the air out of it. It expands. That's the same way your stomach should expand. So when you breathe in, so it should be. So that is all that Qigong teaches you, is how to breathe correctly. Because most people are not breathing correctly. You're breathing shallow. Anytime you breathe in and your stomach sucks in, you're breathing wrong. So that's the breathing you need to learn that goes lock and step with any fight system. What do you think about bone and skin conditioning? That's good. But I would say don't beat yourself up to beat up another person. So what does that mean? You don't have to mangle your hand to hurt another man. Just learn how to punch correctly. Like I'm not going to be punching the Makiwara board until all of my knuckles disappear and my hand looks deformed so I can have a knockout punch. That's just silly. Just learn how to punch correctly. But there is some bone and skin conditioning that you can do that can definitely help fighting. But proper technique helps more than anything. And also, Burley, what was the youngest student you ever had? My youngest student I ever had was the Hitman Burley, King Sean Burley. When he started training with me, he was 14 years old. lying to his mother, getting on the PATH train to come to New York to take lessons from me. I wasn't even charging him because he was so young. I couldn't charge him. I was actually giving him money to get back home, money to get some lunch. I paid him to take lessons with me. What type of craziness is that? I paid that young man to come take lessons with me, but I'm so proud of him. As of today, he's a grown man. He has a son, and he's doing big things. And I like to think that I helped with him becoming a man. But yes, he was 14 years old, getting on the PATH train, lying to his mother, and coming all the way to New York to learn 52 from me. And right now, he started when he was 14. Right now, he's 26 years old, grown man. And he called me one time, and this is what touched me, people. This is a tearjerker right here. So everybody, get out the box of Kleenex. I'm chilling one day. I get a call from him. And he said, you know, I started training with you when I was 14. And I was like, that's true. And he said, and from that time on, you've been like the most important man in my life. I was like, okay, I salute. He said, would you mind if I call you Pops? Yo, I almost dropped the phone. He said, would you mind if I call you Pops? I said, would I mind? It would be an honor. So now he calls me Pops. And that's my surrogate son, King Sean Burley. So that's the youngest person I've ever trained. He said, right, Clara said, I would have killed my son. Doing the Lord's work. Thank you. Teachers on breathing, smoking, Jeffrey Case, tasty and heavy couch locked. All right. Hold on. Salute to the God, King T family, Ricky Ferguson. Yeah, that is my son. He became my son. And like I said, I was honored. Like I have daughters. For some reason, I can't make boys. I don't know why. I make girls. Hey, it is what it is. I got 2 daughters. So I ain't got no sons. So I was honored to take him on as my son. My other stepson, Greg the Killer. I have another stepson, Greg the Killer, young man on the come up. You know, he doing the rap thing. You're going to see it soon. Eric said, there's something in my eye. Yeah, I'm not crying. It's just something in my eye. I'm telling you, it was a tearjerker. I almost cried. Chief Wildfire said, I'm trying for a boy too, Burley. Good luck, man, because some of us ain't got nothing but girls in this. You know what I'm saying? Some of you may have to go get you a boy like I did. Can your daughter 52? Yes, my youngest daughter is more in the 52 than my oldest. Because my youngest daughter had more of me around her, beating her up, doing the 52. So my young daughter put that skull and bones on you with the right hook because she's a southpaw. Oh, my youngest daughter got hands. Having girls means strong genes. Thank you. You know what my teacher told me about having girls that made me feel good? Because I was telling them about it. He said, he said, great men have daughters. Whoa. He said, great men have daughters. And great fighters have daughters. That blew me back. He said, the greatest fighters got daughters. Look at Ali. Ali got 4 of them. And there's probably more, but all I need is the Ali example. And so I ran with that. I said, you right. That's why I got so many girls, because I'm a great fighter. Yes, so my teacher told me great fighters usually produce girls. King T said, that's much respect, Burley. Title of Pops from the young king is a result of your passion and love for your craft. Thank you. King T, family. King T always hold me down. And that's straight facts, King T. That's straight physax. Straight facts. Listen, a father doesn't always have to be biological, especially for men. See, as men, hey Theo, how you doing? As men, we need other men. We learn from other men. We have to be schooled by other men. So know that a father doesn't always have to be biological in the Game of Thrones with men. You can meet other men in your life that can become just as important as your father. Most fighters look at their coaches as their father. Mike Tyson looked at Customado like that was his dad. Customado adopted Mike Tyson, made him his son. Customado had girls too, I think. But anyway, he made Mike Tyson his son. And Mike looked at Customado as a father figure. So as men, we need other men as father figures. It's good to have more than one father figure. We got to be schooled by other men, honestly, facts. Humility is a good teacher, yes. Only a man can teach you man stuff, and only a woman can teach a woman stuff. A man that have a hard time raising a daughter, yeah, he can keep her alive, he can keep her fed, but he can't understand what she's going through becoming a woman, and that's why you need a woman on deck. And same thing with a man. And this is why the black community is in such of a problem, because a lot of us were raised by women. No knock on the women. No knock to the women. They could have made better choices, but that's not this conversation. No knock to the women. But women can't raise men. They just can't do it. They can keep you alive. They can get you from 0 to 18. But they'll never be able to tell you how to handle other men. How the Game of Thrones that goes on with men. Because with all men, there's a power struggle. Because with men, we need to figure out who's the leader is. Women may not need to do this, but when there's a gang of men, there's always going to be one out of that gang of men that rise to be the leader of that gang of men. Because see, men play Game of Thrones games. We Game of Thrones. We built like that. You teach your daughter about what a good man is so they can choose a good man. Facts. Facts. But you not only teach them, you got to be the example of a good man. See, humans learn from monkey see, monkey do. That is the basic learning level of learning. Animals use that. They got to watch what their parents do so they can survive. So that's with us too. It's monkey see, monkey do with us. So that's why men raised by women have gone astray, because they're emotional men. And what is the most dangerous thing to any society? What will bring any good society down to its knees? Do y'all know what that is? What will destroy a society and a civilization? Do you know what that is? Emotional men. Emotional men F up a big wet dream. They'll F up the wet dream. Emotional men will destroy a society. They will destroy civilization. That's why men can't be over emotional. Nature made it that way. Because when the men, the God that's in the form of a man chooses to be emotional, he will kill, he will destroy, he will not build. He will go against nature. See, men are built to provide and protect. But when a man is emotional, he ain't providing and he ain't protecting. He's out of his natural way. He's acting like a woman. And that's why we see all of these young dudes running around killing each other over drill music. Then they go to the grave and piss on the grave. That's emotional man. King T with that $10 super chat. Let's see what my homie King T said. Thank you for all your great videos in early morning, God. Death of my baby brother last year has been hard, and you've helped in my spiritual. Listen. My homie King T lost his brother, and he said the teachings and the things that I do is helping him to get through that. I salute you, man. I'm here for you. Any way I can help, please let me be of service. Please. And I appreciate you, King T, for letting me be of service to help you do that. And my condolences to you. And no, as gods, we just return back to the essence. Death is a word that we made up. We don't die. We return back to the essence. And that is not a death. More testosterone, less estrogen. More meat, less tofu. Facts. KS said, King, bless up. So sorry, King T, for your loss. That's right. Everybody in the chat, put that up. Put the lighter up for the loss of King T's brother. Put the lighter up. Because loss is inevitable, people. Loss is inevitable just like wins. Everybody on this chat is soon to lose somebody they love. And yourself. And yourself. And this is why when you leave out the house, you should tell the people you love them, because that can be the last day you see them. And one day you will be correct. See, this is how the eyes work. One day you will be correct. That will be the last day you see any of your peoples. To everyone, salute, King T. So tell the people that you love them. Everybody on this chat, Uncle Burley, I got love for you. So if Uncle Burley died tomorrow, everybody on this chat, know I got nothing but straight love for you. And I got love for all my family members. You got to let them know that. Because we get so comfortable with life, you start thinking that life is owed to you. You start waking up in the morning like life owes you to wake up. No, it doesn't. Life don't owe you nothing. And soon you're going to find that out. Little time, love you, love you right back. And soon you're going to find that out, that life don't owe you nothing. So don't take this moment for granted. Enjoy this moment. Because it's going to come to an end soon. And I know the comfortability of living makes you forget that. But don't. Because life is fragile, life is a gift, and you have to live it as a gift. Don't live it as something that's owed to you. Live it as a gift that was given to you, so you appreciate it more. And that is the biggest thing that we go through over here. We really believe that life is owed to us. Because in America, when we turn on our faucet, the water comes out. When you hit a light switch, the lights come on. But in third world countries, they don't have that. No lights, no clean running water. So on this planet alone, there's somewhere else, there's somebody somewhere else living a different reality from me. See, because life ain't fair. Why wasn't I born in Ethiopia? How did I get born into the United States? See, life ain't fair. Life never promised you no fairness. So get fairness out of your head. If you one of those people walking around talking about it ain't fair, just stop it. Just stop. There is no fairness. Fairness doesn't exist. Life knows of no fairness. Life doesn't play along the lines of fair. It has no fairness to it. So get that out your mind. There is no fairness in life. But what there is in life is living. And whether it's fair or not, you have life. And that's why in Ethiopia, in them poor villages, you can still see people with smiles on their faces. So true, Burley. We get one life, so work hard to achieve all your goals. Trust me, it's over too soon. Facts. It's over too soon. It's over when it started getting good. So don't live like life owes you anything, because you will take it for granted. You will take the precious minutes and seconds for granted. Rich people can be miserable too. Also hard for them to get into heaven out here. I don't think there's no money sign for getting into heaven. I don't think God that petty. Burley need to work on that batteries now. Somebody told me about that smoke detector, and the crazy thing is I got so used to hearing it, I became deaf to it. And now I just started hearing it. I don't know. I've been playing with it. Like, I pulled it down. I think it's making that noise because I messed with it. So I'm going to have to find somebody to fix that. But yeah, I think I've just gotten deaf to it because it does that, like what, every 30 seconds it makes that noise. I'm ready to rip it out the ceiling, but they're going to charge me. There it goes again. Yeah, I'm ready to rip that thing right out the ceiling. I'm ready to hit that joint with a Burley punch. I'm about to make the smoke alarm go sleep. I'm about to put that smoke thing on sleep. Hit it with one of these good right hands. Detach it from its reality. Any more questions? Any more questions? Oh, this was a good live. I just came on thinking I was going to tell one story, and this turned into something else. Yeah, I stay fighting. We came here as refugees from East Africa where Nipsey hustled from. Salute. Salute. That's right. Any questions? Shoot. Eric said, I didn't hear it until you start writing because you get deaf. Like, it's funny how you can have selective hearing. Like, it's been doing it all day, but I forgot about it until somebody said something. Chief Wildfire said, I'm running this one back. Thank you. This was a great live. Like I said, I just jumped on thinking I was going to tell a short story, and it turned into this Patreon material. Thank you, Warrior. Thank you. Kush. I thought the fire alarm was mine. See what happens when you mix them drugs together? Is there a bridge between my judo and them blocks? Yes. Yes, of course there's a bridge. You definitely. The bridge is called the gap between you and the fighter that you trying to put your judo on. Because you got to know, he going, judoing without strikes when it's a real-time combat. So to put your judo on somebody that's punching and kicking, you're going to need your 52. You're going to need that defense, baby. Defense helps you with everything. There's nothing that defense can't help you with. So you can definitely put them blocks with that judo. There's definitely a bridge between there. Eric said, I counted 3 awesome stories that could be their own videos, right? I could have broke each one of those stories down to their own video. But hey, when y'all get me talking, I'm going to talk. And I got more. I definitely got more 52 block stories. The well is pretty deep on the 52 block stories. He said, bro, that sleep though always have me dying. That's right. I'm about to trademark that. I got to trademark that. You know that's the Uncle Burley. Sleep. That's my thing there. That's my thing. That's the thing. Against the boxer, always feeling. Yeah, see, that's what you want to do. If you a judo man that got to go up against a boxer, then you want to know some 52 because he's going to be throwing some jabs, right hands at you. So you're going to want to know how to work around those things and get him into your judo game and then take him to Chinatown. Take him to the Baja and show him what you all about. Dope live right here. Dope live. He said, I'd cop a sleep t-shirt. Okay, well, it's happening. Sleep t-shirts are on the way. I'm making those. You want to go sleep? Yeah, I'm making those. The sleep t-shirts are on the way. I got to make those. That's my saying. Sleep. Sleep, baby. Anybody that know Burley know that saying. What's the name? Say man down. Errol Spence, man down. Uncle Burley got sleep. Make him go sleep. He looking tired. He looking like he want to go sleep. With the LB on the facts. Is there a blocking technique for all fighting arts? No. Nah, definitely. I'm here just working on spreadsheets. There you go. Nah, there's definitely not a block move for everything. But KS said, I got school today in sparring. What happened? How you got school? Talk about it. How they school you? But no, 52 is an all defensive system. Boom. Yo, King T is in here showing love. King T is showing love. Yo, King T, I'm going to say this right now. Somewhere in life, we're going to have to meet up. Not just because of the super chats, because you've held me down consistently. Nothing but love for you, brother. I got nothing but love for you. King T said, thank you for your stories. And coming on live, we support you, God. Always much respect. Yo, King T, I appreciate you, brother. Like I said, one day in this travel, in this thing that we call life, we're going to have to meet up and shake hands as men because I respect you, brother. Like, we need more of you out there. We need more of you. We need more brothers like that hold each other down. And not just black men. Brothers as in Human brothers too. Brothers as in we're all God's brothers. You know. Shine Lighthouse, pick one. Footwork of power. Easy. Footwork. Footwork. Easy. Easy. I'm in the Cabana doing the design. One for King T, right? King T blew the chat up. He came in with the super chat not once, but twice. Twice. And anywhere a man puts his money, that's where a man puts his love. Know this. Because men work hard for their money. So if a man supports you with his money, what he's really saying is, I love what you're doing, brother. And that's big. That hits me right here. That hits me right here. That's right, that's big. Salute to King T. Straight like that. Straight like that. But yeah, this was a great live. I hope it was as great for you as it was for me. I enjoyed myself. I wish all my lives can be like this. Like, I'm really going to start going live more often. I know I talk about it, but then I'll run around, I'm training, I'm doing a lot of stuff, and I forget about it. But not anymore. I got to connect with my people more, man. I got to connect with y'all more. I want to see if I can do this every day. Did you say we are all God brothers or we are all gods? No, we are all gods. All men. All women. And what do I mean by God? I mean God in the sense of the universe. Now, I know I'm not trying to trample on anybody's religious beliefs. I'm not doing that. When I say God, I'm talking about God as in the sense of the universe. The sun, the moon, the elements that make up the universe. And all of the elements that make up the universe make up you. So you are the universe. So you can call it God, Lord James. So you always say you going live more, right? Why you gonna call me out? Why you gonna bust me out like that, Lord J-Mo? Yo, why Lord J-Mo just came on here and bust Uncle Light Burley out like that? Now because you said that, I'm going harder. Did you just double dog dare me? I just think I think he just double dog dared me. You can't double dog dare Uncle Burley. It's on now. It's on, Lord J-Mo. It's on, son. I'm going live more, and I ain't just talking about it. Because when someone busts you out, you got to really step up to the plate. And you know why? Because he's correct. He's correct. That's why I'm going in like this. He's correct. I always say I'm going to go live more than I disappear for 2 weeks to a month. He just bust me out. How you going to bust me out? See, but this is why men need other men. Because when you come in with BS, another man to come check your BS. Lord J-Mo just came and checked my BS. He said, you always said you going live. Yo, I love it. I love it when I get G-check. See, I ain't never scared of a G-check. I ain't never scared of a G-check. I'm a warrior. I take it on the chin. I took it on the chin. I ain't scared to get hit now. I took it on the chin. Lord J-Mo, thanks for G-checking me, and because of that, I'm going live more, and I'm not just talking about it. It is on and popping. Somebody just threw down the gauntlet. You can't throw down the gauntlet in front of Burley. It's on. King T said, please do more lives, God. You have so much to teach us in the youth that tune in to hear your wisdom. We all got you. Thank you. Thank you. You're right. You're correct. And I listen, I definitely be wanting to go live more, but I'll be up in here. Like I said, I get caught up and then I'm doing other stuff. But no more of that. You heard it on this live right here where Lord J-Mo just bust me out and G-checked me on the chin. You know what I'm saying? G-checked me, chin-checked me. He just came up in my live and chin-checked Mr. Burley. And I'm defensive. You can't just be checking chin. Look at these moves. You can't just be checking Mr. Burley. I'm hard to hit. But he chin-checked me, and I respect you, and I'll tune in when I can, that's for sure. Thank you, Eric. Please do. We appreciate you over here. And, yeah, so it's on. There's going to be at least 2 to 3 lives a week, and when I really get situated, I mess around and be going live every day. Now, they may not be an hour long. I'm going to say this. If I start doing lives every day, they probably ain't going to be an hour long. I'm probably going to be shooting for like a half an hour, and then I kill it, and then maybe on the weekends, we just chew it up. Like do 2 quick lives, not quick lives, but easy ones through the week. And then on the weekend, we go in 2 hours, 3 hours live, just chopping it up. Me and my peoples talking that talk. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to save the big lives for the weekends, and the half an hour lives are going to be happening during the week. Thanks to Lord J-Mo. Blame it on him. Blame it on J-Mo while I'm about to step up my game. Give us some quick knowledge on rolling them hands. The rolling hand style. So why is this style so effective? There's a reason. In your brain, we have what's called the superior colliculus. I think I'm saying it right. Got to ration that good stuff. Facts. The superior colliculus is the part of your brain that can't ignore round shape motions, but will ignore straight lines. So what does that mean? Curved lines represent life. So if you sitting in your house, and I'm not saying that in your house you got mice, but if something ran in the corner, you would pick up on it. Like what was that? Because it's curved shaped lines. A mouse has curved shaped lines. So your brain will ignore straight lines. That's why when it rains, you don't focus on every raindrop. That's why when you go to jail, the bars don't do this. They're straight up and down. These are the bars. Straight up and down. So after sitting in your cell for 10 years, you almost forget the bars it is. Like your brain will ignore it. But what your brain, what the superior colliculus won't ignore is round shaped movements. So what's this? A round shaped movement. So when you're using this style in front of a person, he cannot ignore your hands. He may try to look away, but he's still seeing this. Because the part of his brain called the superior colliculus will not allow you to ignore round shaped motions. That's why this trick works. That's why that trick worked. You know why it worked? Because I gathered your attention with this round shaped movement, and bang, I'll punch you in the face. That's why that old school move works to this day. Canelo does this. He'll show you the right hand and then hit you with the left. That's part of that frame of thinking. So the rolling hand style over this. See, when you're doing this, your opponent is focusing all on you. You're stiff. He see that. See, but when you're doing this, he cannot take his focus off of your rolling hands. So the rolling hands technique has a real deep science behind it. And that's the deepest science behind it, is that it cannot be ignored. Gather our attention on the one beat, attack with the other one on the half beat. Correct. Correct. And that's why you see a lot of round shaped movements in 52. Because these are moves meant to keep your attention on me, so I can steal off on you. Anthony Anderson said, great knowledge, Unc, appreciate you. KS said, I have to work on that. Please do. Please do. It'll work. Believe me. Very cool, awesome, high-level martial arts. Thank you, Eric. Facts. Facts. I'm breaking it down for you. You know your Uncle Burley got the inside scoop for you, and I'm going to give y'all that inside scoop to how the manly art of whoop butt. You know, the manly art of whoop ace. You know, I'm trying not to curse so I can keep my monetization. So that when you see me do that, that's just me trying not to curse. King T, like, sit him down, Sandy. That's right. Like, oh, sit him down. Sit him down. You know, sit him down and be here. Boom! And then you get ripped, you get caught. And you giving us the psychology behind it. Facts. Facts. Psychological warfare is in effect. Psychological warfare is in effect, people. Psychological warfare is in effect. That dude is nice. Yo, sit him down, Sandy. The only thing that's holding sit him down, Sandy, back is his age. If he was younger doing that, he would be killing the internet right now. If sit him down, Sandy was like 30 years old, he'd be killing the internet right now. So you move the circles in the stage pattern or with a rhythm to catch them. Yes. Change the speed. Like I can go from a slow roll to a, or I can really slow roll you. So you want to play with speed. You want to play with the pace of it, because that also destroys his timing. Is playing with the speed. You ain't always got to be on one speed. Slow, medium tempo, fast, and you cycle through different speed levels. Just like in baseball, what do they have? When they got the curve ball, they got the fast ball, they got the slow ball. So it's the same frame of thinking. That's right. I got that information for you so you can roll them hands properly. And another good thing about keeping your hands rolling is your hands stay in motion. So it's easier to block when your hands are already in motion than when you're going from 0. See, it's easier to go from 30 to 60 than from 0 to 60. Did you catch that? I'm going to say it again. It's easier to go from 30 to 60 than 0 to 60. So trying to block a person from a dead stop is hard. So you want to keep your hands moving. So something come in, you ready. You ready. Like, you ain't just like a statue. No, you. So you can go right into it. So that's another thing that rolling hands helps, is that it keeps your hands moving, which is very good. The Last Saint. I'm 32, 5'5", 165, no fights, amateur pro, 9 months boxing, training, sparring, 19 to 21-year-olds, 6 foot, 165 with solid amateur records. I'm learning on the job. Best way to learn. It bounces off you more too. Yep, that's right. The Last Saint. Hey, yo, still didn't cop that DVD yet. Oh, all DVDs are sent media mail. So I do believe it went out this week. So you probably got a couple of more days on deck. But we got you. I got your email through the text. So you covered, kid. You covered. Anybody that knows like Burley knows. I send it to you. Get it. Like, I can send it to you 10 times. It could get lost in the mail 10 times, and I'm gonna keep sending it until you get it. So have no worries. That DVD is on the Wednesday, and I salute you and appreciate you for being on the channel and supporting Mr. Burley. Thank you. And thank you for the super chat, Last Saint. That's right. Burley, what you teach can help these kids be active and choose a different path from gangs that grew up on. Yes, facts. And that is really became the centerpiece of my journey now. Is now seeing that I can help save the generation coming up under me. I can give them tools that I ain't have to help them in this wild world that they're in now. And that is the mission. So bless up, King T. That is the facts. That's how I see myself leaving this earth. Like, when I was young, you think about what is your purpose. You start getting into that deep thought of why I'm here. You see some 52 being incorporated with Muay Thai. I do that in some of my videos. The 52 with the Muay Thai kicks. You can see some of that in my video. But I do have a Muay Thai man, Knock Measy, my brother, that I'm going to be teaching 52. And he's going to be the centerpiece for Muay Thai 52. Because he's been doing Muay Thai for years. Muay Thai fights. He real Muay Thai. So when I teach him this 52, he's going to cover that section of merging 52 with Muay Thai. So we got that coming for you. We got 52 merged with Capoeira. 52 merged with Muay Thai coming. Your boy Burley. 52 merged with Bagua, Shin Yi, Tai Chi, Wing Chun. That's right. We showing the way. Yeah, Dustin Poirier did it. We had what was the other one that was doing it? The Cuban fighter. Y'all know is the Cuban fighter that was doing 52. What's his name? I forgot his name. He fought the style bender. Um, Big dude. He was definitely using 52. No, not him. The other one. The other one. He got a Cuban brother that was in the boxing. And he fought the style bender. Darn, what's his name? His name is on the tip of my tongue. I smoke too much. Yeah, Dink the Professor. Yoel Romero. That's who it is. Yoel Romero. That's who. He's definitely using 52. Definitely. Definitely. And you know how I knew? Because his brother's a Cuban boxer. What does Cuban boxer put a lot of emphasis on? Defense. Defense. Cuban boxer is known to have some of the best defensive fighters. So once I heard that his brother was a Cuban boxer, I was like, that's where Yoel got it from. So Yoel is definitely using 52 in principle. Now, he may not call it 52 blocks, but in principle, he's using it. Because anybody who was on this chat has learned that 52 came from boxing. So, in principle, he's using it. Anderson Silva, too, I would say, yes. Romero has a pedigree in boxing. Exactly. And like I said, 52 came from boxing. Yes. So, yes, Yoel Romero is definitely using 52 in there. So, there's already fighters doing it. KS, their footwork is their defense. Yes. Yes. But they also look at defense on the whole, but you are correct. Their real footwork, all footwork lies in defense. There is no footwork that doesn't. 52 blocks is footwork. Like 52 blocks ain't hand shapes. Like people be thinking this is 52. No, 52 is in your feet first. He used to be on Israel Sylvia, and the crowd went, ooh. He used it on Israel Sylvia. Yeah, okay. I just butchered that. How the shoulder? I've been busting them push-outs with you in class. Good looking, Ricky. You been busting out them push-ups? Oh, the shoulder feeling better. I still have a little problem with my hook because it's I guess it's my rotator cuff. So I still have a problem throwing my hook a little bit, but it's feeling a lot stronger. A lot. Because I've been not using it. I've been sticking on my southpaw side until I feel confident where I can throw it with reckless abandonment. Because you got to be able to throw your punches with reckless abandonment. And until I can get to that level, I got to keep it on recovery. But you look at that baby. Look at that boy looking. Look at that left hook. That shit strong. Strong. Oh, I come around that corner on you. Coming around the corner when she comes. I'm coming around the corner. What's a great daily strengthening conditioner? Rope jumping, push-ups, sit-ups, shadow boxing. The greatest. Thoughts on the Ali Shuffle style versus Tyson's peekaboo? Well, Ali's shuffle style wasn't really even the style. It was just something that he did. He shuffled his feet and steal a punch off. So it can't really compare to the peekaboo, which was a style, really. Like, the peekaboo was used by Jose Torres, Floyd Patterson. Like, Customato didn't just prove the peekaboo with Mike. He had already proven it with fighters way before Mike. So the peekaboo is really more of a style than Ali's, like, throwing you off by, look at my feet, then I punch you in the face. That's all Ali was doing. It was like, look at my feet, still off. That was the whole move. So it's not really a style more than it's like a tricky technique. His dancing left outside dancing. That whole Ali definitely was heavy on the footwork. Ali was a foot magician. All fighting starts in your feet. All fighting. Wrestling, kicking, punching, 52, Wing Chun, Muay Thai, any art that you know of starts in the feet first. And if it don't, you've been taught wrong. If they teach you this before teaching you your feet, you've been taught wrong. You're with the wrong teacher. Get out of there. Like when you build a house, do you start at the roof or the foundation? When you build a house, do you start from the roof or do you start from the foundation? Same thing with fighting. No one should be teaching you how to fight by teaching you from the roof. Salute, Eric. Thank you. You start from the ground up. Everything is ground up. So that's the same thing with fighting. So if you're in any art and they're not teaching you footwork first, you know, I'm not saying they ain't giving you some information, but it's going to be half information. You're going to have half the information. And the other half that you're going to be missing is called footwork. You got to have footwork, people. You have to have footwork. It is a must for all arts. All arts, not just 52. All martial arts need footwork. Needs heavy footwork. Heavy attention on footwork. Lord J-Mo. Yeah, I definitely want to start a boxing league. I'm going to start my slap boxing league. I'm really focused on starting that slap boxing league. Get that salute. That's right, King T. You know, I'm really into starting the slap boxing league, but I'm definitely going to be doing the boxing league for sure. But I really want to do my slap boxing league. I'm really intent on trying to get that off the ground. So hopefully this summer I can do that. Going to have to learn it when you relearn it when you add the real facts. You're going to have to relearn everything you did. But that slap boxing tournament is coming. The slap boxing league, oh yeah, that's coming. That's where my heart is at. Once I do that and get that out the way, then I'll definitely jump into a boxing league. Yes, cutting the ring off and closing distance is everything. It's everything. It's everything. Chief Wildfire said, I'm joining that. Please do that because we got belts, cash prizes, bragging rights. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get, thank you. Dope idea. Thank you. That's where I'm going with it. It's going to get crazy. So we're going to have these young men learning how to man up, take a slap to your face and keep your game going. And it's going to be built off of defense. It ain't going to be just about the slaps you can land. It's going to be about the slaps you